Welcome back, everyone. It's Tarot Q&A. We are here and we are going to be here weekly from now on. I have had plenty of requests. I've heard you calling and your prayers have been answered. This is your opportunity to ask questions free of charge every week until further notice, Wednesday, 3:33 New Zealand time. All you need to do is send me your email. Send me your question via email. The link is below in the blurb, and we will reply via a live session like today. So you can turn up live or you can send in your question ahead of time and we will answer, and you can watch the replay if you can't make the time. Simple as that. Now, it's so nice to be seeing people in the room already. So please just punch in the town that you live in so I can see who is here. It's always nice to know who's in the room. And we'll join with Instagram for a change right now, okay? So you can pick your platform if you prefer to watch on Instagram. I haven't been giving the Instagram some love lately. So welcome Instagram, Tarot Q&A. Here we are answering your questions. We are going to begin with a couple of questions that have been sent in ahead of time. Then we're going to do a collective consciousness reading for the month of February. And that is for everyone who happens to be watching this episode. Now, I normally do an energy forecast for the month ahead. I didn't do one last month. Things were a bit chaotic. The energy of the universe was getting to me, and I was pretty much in the swing of this transformational time that we're going through as we rise into the ascension, as our planet gets the opportunity to split into two forces as such, those that choose the empowered path and those that want to cling to their victimhood. Which one do you think you'll be? Look, this year is a number 9 year, guys. This is all about the end of stuff. This is about us coming and completing. Like, look at it as a book about yourself and start the new book or start the new sequel next year. 2026 is a number 1 year. It's powerful for fresh starts and new beginnings. But before we can do that, we must wrap up the old, right? You can't build a new house if you don't pull down the old one first. Okay, let's get into it. Renee is here and she's asked, am I heading in the right direction with my business? And Brenda says she's from Auckland, New Zealand. Now, Renee, thank you for being here live. So we will pull your card first. She's just asked an easy question. She wants a yes, no. Sometimes it's really good just to have that, that little bit of an extra nudge and confidence, right? So safe and appropriate to read for Renee today. We're just going to pull one card. At this stage, it is one card, but I have a little story for you, Renee, that I think you'll find quite helpful and fun to play with as you travel on this next path. Oh my goodness, you could not have got a better card. Look what we have here, the Wheel of Fortune. Now, whilst this is a very powerful yes card, hell yes, it would be, it's also significant of change. So this is a time in life where destiny is right in front of you. And it's not a free will choice. Even if you didn't want to change or didn't want to move forward in this business in a way that's maybe a little bit of a pivot, even if you didn't want to do it, you will be nudged and forced and pushed into doing it by the universe because it's right for you, because it's best for you, because if you listen to the signs of the universe that are all around you, you will actually land on your feet. Now, abundance comes to us when we are in flow. We talked about this all night last night in our soul activated business blueprint. But there's a funny little story that came up. It was all about tossing a coin. So, when you're in a predicament and you can't make a decision, it's usually because we're stuck in our head, right? We need to get into our heart. We need to feel into our body so that we know, because we really do know that most of the time, us humans, I wouldn't put myself in that category, nor my clients, but many people are actually so busy in this whirlwind of life, they can't hear their instinct, they can't hear their intuition. And that's when a coin toss is kind of helpful, right? But here's the trick. Just before you're about to toss the coin, what happens? You kind of go, I hope it's heads or I hope it's tails, for whatever reason you've allocated that topic to that side of the coin. So you already know what you want in your heart. Now, the question then comes, is it what is best for me? Is what I want best for me? Yes is the answer. Of course, there are a few other layers under that. We do need to recognize where that want is coming from. Is it from the heart or the ego? But ultimately, you can start listening to that inner wisdom, that inner knowing what you really want by feeling into those initial intuitive instincts. Right, let's move on to somebody who has actually sent in a message earlier, and that is Andrea. She says, I have been contemplating how to connect with other women of my age, in addition to those I know. Should I volunteer like at somewhere like the hospice or the SPCA? Do you have any insight for new connections? That would be most welcome. Okay, Andrea, how do we answer this question for you? How to sink into new relationships with other women of your age? Okay, we will give you some guidance. Just getting into Andrea's energy. Well, look, it's all in the art of how you read these cards, really, isn't it? I've got this beautiful Ace of Cups. Now, this can be read in lots of different ways, but for the purpose of your question, Andrea, we feel that you are often doing the giving in your life. And this is a sign to start filling up your own cup and finding the balance between that in the sake of finding emotional fulfillment. Now, what this would look like is maybe you need a massage. So go and do things that are good for you. Go and book in a massage and simultaneously accidentally meet somebody on those travels. So if you action the next step in your life to be doing something that is looking after yourself, that is self-loving, that is filling your cup up so it's overflowing. Do things that fill your cup up, and then you will in turn meet the people that are right for you. So there's no direct route except for to focus on what you need in the art of being your best self. Like if you need a massage because you're achy and sore, or if you feel like you want to take yourself out for lunch, then do that because you feel like you want some time out or you want a special treat. Follow those natural instincts. And if it is the case of some volunteer work like the hospice or the SPCA, do either of those light up your heart? Are you interested in that? Are you loving of animals? Do you feel that you want to work in a shop as a such, like the op shops of hospice? Or is it something more creative and more outside? You will know. Just ask yourself the questions. And let's just tap into those two options that you've given us. The hospice, not so much. But the SPCA comes up quite favorable. You might even meet a male friend doing it that way. I'm not saying he's going to be your next big lover. I'm just saying friends of all sorts. There you go. Okay, now I have promised that we will whiz into the collective consciousness reading. I'm going to pull 3 cards for this. It's going to be a slightly bigger overview of what this month has been about and is about. We're right in the middle of it now. However, it is good to understand what's been happening and also how to process what's been happening. So let's just see an overview of the month. So what do we need to hear right now? We just need to understand what is the topic that has been maybe presenting for people at this time. This is really an inner calling to reach out to more connections with friends or community, all right? It's time to have a little bit more of that old school friendship and whimsical ways of doing life. Now, that means, what does that mean? Remembering what you like to do as a child, bringing back the freedom, the freshness, the lightness of our lives. We really have got a bit serious about life. And whilst there's lots of crazy things going on in the world, it's our choice whether we let that affect us emotionally, physically, mentally. We can stay in our own lane. So it's about bringing a little bit more of a focus on your own lane, your own world, your world within the big world. And that's not selfish. What that is saying is if you are your happiest, then you are putting your best foot forward into the world. But to do that, we need to remember to focus on connections and community. And that's a hint about what we're being encouraged to do as a society, as a world, instead of focusing on greed and other things that aren't really connecting us. I feel that we've lost the art of unity. We've lost the art of teamwork. We really still, as a whole, a collective, a bit stuck in how much more can I get, or how much more can I have? Why don't we just stop trying to get more? Anyway, off track a little bit, but the point being that if we can remember, this is the month that's only just started about reminding people to focus on connection and community for deeper inner fulfillment. Now, what we need to do about that is look at this time in your life and ask, is this the life I want to live in for the next few years? Or do I need to step into a different land? See this guy, this girl? It's actually a woman, I believe. Looks like a masculine woman, and that's all good. But they are holding a globe in their hand. It's like they've got the world is laid out in front of them. But the choice is really up to us. And because this is presented with wands, it's very much about that core, sacral, creative, orange, fiery energy, meaning what lights you up? What are you passionate about? That's how you can help yourself decide what direction to take. So putting those two together, community and connection, and looking at your life as it is it aligned with where you want to see yourself in the future? There was meant to be a third card, but I don't see it coming. So we're just going to say, if you are at a crossroads, because everyone I speak to at the moment is at a crossroads, crazy crossroads, then focus on those three things: community, connection, and looking at your world to feel into, do I want to keep living the same life for the next 5 or 10 years, or am I gonna up level? Am I gonna up level? Are you guys gonna up level? Hey, Lucy Lou over there. I was gonna say Car. I'm mixing up your name there, Karen, into one. It's good to have lots of people over on Instagram for a change. But anyway, I'm back to YouTube. So let's get into the questions of everybody else. Matthew has asked, just wanted to know about my current relationship and direction with it. All right. Current relationship and the direction with it. Matthew, let's see. We always get lovely relationship cards. And in saying that, Matthew, take into account what we just said about connection and community. Are you guys involved in that, or sticking to your own little world? Because what I'm sensing is that there needs to be a fresh level of inspiration in that relationship in order for it to not go stale. And it has been plodding along, and plodding is good. It's fine. It's safe. Yet maybe it could get a bit boring. So it's about reflecting on what inspires you both. I think it's time to have those deeper conversations, and that way you will be able to decide within the process whether it continues long term. The thing is, this isn't a black and white answer for you, because we're in relationships to learn and grow. So until you've learned and grown from that particular relationship, there will not be another opportunity for you to go to the next level until you pass that test, so to speak. Does that make sense to anyone? Do you kind of get the drift that I'm working with that philosophy? Now, who else is there? Would we be able to get some hearts into the chat so that I know who's watching? A number, the little Cheryl May off the shoulder, classic, never goes out of style. New Zealand designer, in case you didn't know, guys. Beautiful, beautiful. Maybe she'll be watching. Anyhow, let's get to the next person. Tina asked, what is going on with my love life? She didn't actually say it in those words, but that is the general gist. Love life. What do we need to know? Is there any blocks? Is it happening this year? Is there something? What do we need to hear? Tina. Safe and appropriate to read for Tina. We're just going to get 2 cards. Oh, aren't you lucky? 2 cards. 1. The first card is the Star. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Although that's all about hope and vulnerability in order to step into your power, your personal, authentic power. So is that what needs to happen before Mr. Prince Charming will come along? I will just pull a second card to see how that rolls. Okay. Oh my goodness. I got some crazy visuals there. Like, I shouldn't laugh, but I'm just going to say the word threesome, okay? I'm not saying you should have a threesome. I'm just saying that you need to collaborate with other people in order to find this person. But the way it was put to me sounded like a threesome. Sorry, and hey, no problem with threesomes, just saying that maybe that's not what was actually intended by that message. I feel it's more about coming together in a team where you meet somebody in that way, as opposed to something like Tinder and those kind of things. Anyway, sounds a bit spicy and saucy. We're always up for a good time, aren't we? And yeah, look, the other message, a card did fall out while I was pulling them. I was hesitant to check it because the message was a bit deeper than that. It says, come into that stardom. Otherwise, I feel a bit of pain via being disappointed, like a bit hurt about something. But the stronger you are, the more resilient you'll be in that relationship opportunity. And then find the threesome. Whether that is, it's obviously 3 people or a collective that come together to support. Now, this could be a work opportunity or even just a friendship where you start hanging out with people doing activities like going hiking or, doing something that you can help each other with. It feels like a team effort would be the word. Somebody who 3 of you have a different skill to put into place. And through that friendship of 3, then if it's not one of those people, then it will be somehow you meet them through that group of friends. Whew! So it's spicy, wasn't it? Anywho, let's get to the next question. All right. Shelley, my partner has been struggling to find work in his desired field due to the building industry decline. Where is it? Can you please tell me if he will find something permanent soon? What is soon? What is soon? This year? 3 months? 6 months? What's going on with the job thing? Shelley's partner, safe and appropriate, yes. We just need to understand why he's not getting the job. Is he actually interested and passionate about that job? Is there something that he could be more like creative at the top of his game in doing? Can he specialize? Has he got a specialist kind of angle that he could be like the lead creative person? Is he crafty with that building skill he has? Because I feel there's an element that the idea of him going back into the industry feels a bit like, oh, here we go again. I don't think he 100% wants to in the same capacity. Can you be creative about how you look into that? Is there like a building company that gives him a different role that has an expertise? Have you looked at going outside of the square when it comes to how he could use his skills rather than as hands-on as it was? Just an idea. And in answer to your question, soon, well, let me just say, timing is all relevant to whether people get off their bum and do the work. But based on the current energy, if he does nothing rather than from now, he probably will have a job within the next 6 months if he carries on, or if he can even more specifically look at it from what would he love to do, what would light his fire to do, not just doing a job for the sake of a job. In fact, on that note, you're going to be forced into literally doing a life edit, a life audit. Everybody is. If you're in a crap relationship at the moment, if you're in a job you hate, if your health isn't good, if you're not aiming for more of your full potential, then, my friend, this is the year you're going to get a few nudges from the higher realms. Just the heads up, right? But on that note, if you want to discover what your deeper soul's purpose is, I actually have a bit of a surprise for you. I'll share that with you at the end of this recording, because that could be just what you're looking for. Maybe Shelley, maybe your partner could actually check this out. I'm going to tell you about something super special opportunity. Remind me if I forget at the end of this session, guys, because this is something that I believe that many people will want to know about, all right? It's something that I get asked a lot about. So I have created this thing. You could say this thing. Anyway, I'll just zip it and we'll get on to Jessica's question. I'm wanting to call in love this year, my next great love and long-term relationship. What advice does the tarot have on where to start? Jessica from London. How lovely is that? Well, Jessica, you've got the knight in shining armor racing at you in rapid speed at the height of passion. Quite a sexy chap. But in answer to the question, the way you asked your question, this would be also inclined to roll off the back of previous questions today, to follow that passion yourself. Be that person on the horse galloping ahead with vigor and excitement and creativity and passion. Maintain your own passion. And yeah, let me just say, is this possible that you're already in the right place at the right time? You just got to hold your horses? It sure is. Just wait up, girl. You got the wishes come true card. Stay on your game. Stay on your game, doing the best you can. Jessica, I already know you're doing amazing things. So just keep up the good work. Keep your vibe high. And remember, keeping our vibe high isn't about what we do. It's about what we let go of. Let go of those resistant feelings, blocks, and emotions, right? Because that's the stuff blocking the flow of abundance of love, happiness, and every other thing that you deserve. Isn't it, guys? Isn't it? Sarah, should I stay in my current relationship? Says, what is this? Al Holiday, 64? I'm not sure, but we'll answer your question anyway. Should I stay in my current relationship? We'll get into the vibe. Okay, we're just going to do a yes and no over on Instagram. You know, always question. Yeah, we've got a yes, but you know what I feel about this relationship is that maybe you've come to a completion. Funny talking about completion. You've got to a point where you've ticked a lot of boxes, and now once again this feeling of what next. So it's about igniting a new, fresh, inspiring way of having that relationship with each other. It's a kick, it's a rev up, it's a turn the page, get to the next chapter of this relationship. You may have just found yourself a little bit on the bored side. That's putting it simply. I mean, it's just a quick overview. We don't think it's time to leave yet. Is there any more lessons that you need to hear and listen to from this relationship? Yeah, there certainly is. And it's all about a little bit of balance and genuine acceptance of the now. Like, this means stop judging what is right and wrong, and a bit more acceptance would go a long way in that relationship. Right, we're going to whiz on to the people that have asked their questions ahead of time. Naomi, will I get the house that my heart is set on? Well, these are just quick and easy. Oh, we'll just take that as an opportunity to say yes, because the King of Cups, often representing a new opportunity, often also representing a man offering his love to some lady or man. But in this case, we'll just say yes. Yes, yes is the answer. And I'm just want to see. Okay. Oh, no. I just did a little sneaky double check just because it fell out. I just want to look what I got. Same card. Don't you love the universe? The divine is so magical. It's hard not to be sucked into it when you get so many coincidences in life. All right. Who's watching now? I cannot see any hearts in the chat. It's a very slow day today because I must admit I've been offline for way too long. But I have, and I'm back, guys, so rest assured. We have Leah. Speaking of houses, the house picture that she sent me a house picture last week. Is this a good house? Is this a good house for her? Is it suitable for what she needs? Is it good vibes? Is that a good house for her to think about buying? We're just going to simple answer, yes or no, and maybe a little bit of an understanding of details. No, we're going to say no. I think that you're in too much of a rush. It's like this. Yeah, unfortunately, this is one of those ones where you do have to let it unfold as it should, and don't be so addicted to the idea or stuck on the idea or thinking it's going to make things so much better in your material world, because you've actually got things really sorted at the moment. You don't really need to add complications. Just keep really loving what is right now, okay? That's Leah. We don't like that house. We're just going to say, but hey, you can do whatever you like. Let's whip along. Michelle, I'm overwhelmed with everything. What advice can you share about this predicament? Michelle B. What advice? Hey, guys, life is full on at the moment for so many people. And so we understand that, look, you know, the thing about overwhelm, we just try and do too much at once, right? I had this idea. I won't share it with you. It's a great book idea. But let me put it this way. Just don't go too big. Like, dream big, but focus now. What can you do today that can sort your shit out? And really write a whole lot of lists. It's such a big one. I like to say the ABC of overwhelm. Accept the situation. It is what it is. Let that stress go. B, breathe. So you can let the stress go, so that then you can think more clearly and hear your intuition. C, change your mind, change your attitudes, change your thoughts, change your feelings. That's the ABC of how to get over overwhelm. Oh my goodness, I'm so good, because what did I just say? I said, what can you do? And we've got the 4 of Wands. And this is really not making mountains out of molehills, but instead making a big deal about little things. So it's the opposite of, it's the same thing as making a mountain out of a molehill, but the opposite. Like, celebrate all the little things. Celebrate every little thing along your way, and you will start to see that it's actually awesome what you're doing, and so many wins every day, and you're actually a success already. Part of the problem is that you're not feeling like you're there. You don't feel successful. You haven't made it. You know, if we just wait until everything is perfect, we're going to be waiting until we're lying in a coffin or wherever you want to be at that point in life. The thing is, if we can go, oh, I've got such a sore back. I've got such a sore back. I'm going to have a great day anyway. That's how we need to be. Oh, I'm so tired. I'll have a rest and I'm going to have a great day anyway. But we go, oh God, when I fix my sore back and my sore knee and my exhaustion, then I can finally start having what I want in life. I can finally be ready for the job change or the new partner. No. You'd be there too long. You're wasting time. You're lengthening time. Not you, Michelle, necessarily, but we all do it. And many people are doing it at this time. So if you are finding yourself making excuses just because you're not feeling 100, or your house isn't perfect, or you need to buy a new car, or whatever it is, still remember that today is possible to be happy just because of the littlest things. So make a mountain out of a molehill is what I'm saying. And make a mountain out of a molehill. Hello, Serenity. Now, have I missed any other questions in here? Oh, how do you ask a question? You just type it into the chat. Now, all these beautiful people over on Instagram. I'm on YouTube as well, which is where I normally am, guys. So that's Oracle Encore. You can email me at Fiona at soulalignedtherapy.com if you want to ask a question for next week. That is Fiona at SOULA. No, what is it? What am I saying? Soul, goodness, spelling out loud. Soul Aligned Therapy, SOULALIGNTHERAPY.com. Whew, spelling bee over here. I think we might have finished up. Andrea, Shelley, Matthew, Jessica, Leah, Michelle, Naomi, Tina. Oh, we're getting to the special thing I promised you. All right, guys, here it is, okay? If you want to know how to discover what your soul's purpose is, there is something coming up that I am literally going to be offering it to people for $27. It's like a $300 program, okay? $300 program. But for the launch day, one day, it's only going to happen one day, and it's not this week. But if you put your name on the wait list, no obligation to buy at all, nothing at all. Just put your name on the wait list by going to oracleencore.com, fill in your name and address, or name and email, and I will put you on that wait list. So you will hear about this one-day offer on the day. And you can get this, how to find your soul's purpose, entire process, which is like a paint by numbers process to help you discover your soul essence, what you're here to do, potentially what you could do as a career if you wanted to combine your purpose and your career, passion, purpose, career. Pretty fun when you do that, speaking from experience. And yeah, look, all you need to do, oracleencore.com. There's probably the link in the bio of my Instagram post. So if you want to just click on that, you can easily put your name and email there. And honestly, I'm not going to be doing that to everyone. $27. Do you know how many hours I've put into this? A lot. Okay. Like I'm talking hundreds, because it's a really complex psychology-based process where I trick you to ask questions of yourself. So you don't really know what you're answering at the time. Because if we think about questions consciously with our little tiny conscious mind, we come up with these egotistical answers. But if I help you to go into your heart, unbeknown to you, I get you to tap in to your unique essence, your soul's vibration, and you can find out the life you're born to live. How friggin' amazing is that, right? That is a super deal, right? $27. So if you want to get on the wait list, that's all it is, a wait list. And then, of course, once it's over, you can just unsubscribe if you don't want to be part of that scene. Too easy. Now we've got Serenity Nails. Anything about work? Oh, Renee, she says, I highly recommend Fiona's courses. Well, there you go. See, always love a good thumbs up from previous clients or existing clients. Anything about work, please? Not my salon. Okay. All right. We'll just see what comes up. We don't really know what the question is, but we can get the vibration and a general story that could be a metaphor for whatever you need to know. Oh, turned black and white. I don't know how that happened. All right. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm not sure what your name is. Do you want to tell me what your name is? Serenity. Let me see if I can get some color going on. Look, this is the Queen of Wands. You could not get more of a beautiful card if you wanted to hear about work. You must be the queen of your game. She had this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful archetype. Woman. Feminine creature. She is a queen, obviously. And she's happy. She's independent. She's vibrant. She's creative. She's at the top of her game. She may even have a cat or a dog. She doesn't have to, but we do suggest that you'd love having one. And this is indicative of, come into that sovereignty, not specific to your work, but whatever you're doing. It's important for you to rise into being your best self, like rise into this Queen of Wands. Google her, Google the Queen of Wands, Google the Queen of Wands, because that is your focus point. And your work, that's the role you want to be playing, the energy you want to ooze. And how can you do that more easily? Is there something blocking you from doing that? Let me see. Be aware that it's okay to be plodding along. It's a one step at a time. There's a bit of a theme going throughout this entire call today, right? So it's a process. So before you get overwhelmed about what we should do, Teresa, thank you, Teresa, the Queen of Wands. Before we get overwhelmed with what we ought to do, come into the plodding along process, which sounds terribly slow and uneventful, but it's not, because what it's about doing is getting the groundwork in place. So if it's in reference to your business, Teresa, it's called get the groundwork into place, but know the queen that you are, know what you stand for, know your expertise, and allow the process to unfold with divine timing. If you're saying, is it the right business move? I don't know. Then it would definitely be a yes. So that's positive as well. Okay, guys. What a quiet day. What a quiet day on the chat today. Look, I want to remind you all, we are here. We are here for weekly events now. And this is my commitment to you for at least the next 6 months, because it is quite a commitment, isn't it? And we look forward to seeing you here another day. Any last requests? Any last questions? Have I missed anyone? Oh, there was one. Should I stay in my current marriage? Oh, that was when we answered, isn't it? We got it. We've got it. We are done. All right, my friends. You are a pleasure to be with, and I would love to see you here next week, Wednesday, 333, middle of the week. Just a little inspiration on Hump Day to get you through. And remember, the key themes for this month are about connection and community, and really helping yourself to take a look at your existing reel, do a life audit. God, this is weird. We talked about this last night in the Soul Activated Business Blueprint. This is where we're at. It's like February is the start of this new year, more so than January. January, we were dealing with the remains of the rubble of 2024. February has a lot more spark about it. And yeah, thank goodness, right? And let's aim to do an upcoming for March soon. But I won't get into that too much now, but I just feel like we need a sneak peek. And what I want to share with you is much more about being in a state of victory. There will be things to celebrate. And it's really about hoping and focusing on that too, because otherwise you're going to watch the news and other things going on in the world and look at this downward spiral. It doesn't have to be that way. Your life, it doesn't have to be affected by things that are not affecting you. So don't let them. And on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you and see you here real soon next week. Ciao for now, guys. Bye. And